So what's going on with the markets? Bitcoin is crashing, everything is down, altcoins are down 20, 30, 40%, some of them. Everyone is panicking. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Corner, your go-to place for all things crypto. Today we're going to talk about the markets because I see so much fear, so much speculation, so much FUD. So let's discuss. Well, first of all, looking here at the markets, we see Bitcoin is down 3% on the weekly. I am not afraid. And I don't want you to be afraid. Let's discuss. Well, first of all, one of the big news that is driving this, and everyone is sharing this on Twitter, everyone is discussing this, everyone is scared because of this. The US government apparently is going to sell $6.5 billion in Bitcoin that they seized from Silk Road. And they want to do it ahead of Trump administration. Now, one of the theories is that this has already been sold. And then this news is literally just FUD. Of course, price manipulation. This drop in Bitcoin, as we can see here, is quite a significant one. We see a lot of selling pressure here, a lot of selling pressure. This is in a very short space of time. This is a huge selling pressure. We already saw that after we touched a new all-time high. Now, after a new all-time high, this kind of selling pressure is to be expected. I would argue that this is quite a natural selling pressure because many people were locking in profits after such a, especially after breaking 100K. But this time we don't have a new all-time high, and we have equally, if not even a bigger selling pressure, which to me smells of manipulation. And let's not forget who is buying Bitcoin and who is wanting to scoop even more Bitcoin. This is a report from December. 3 times more Bitcoin was bought by the ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, than it was produced. So don't get it wrong. Bitcoin ETFs are still accumulating in bulk. And of course, they want to accumulate at lower prices. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have here pure market manipulation, liquidity grab, just to push the price as low as they can to scoop it one more time before it breaks the 100 again, which I have no doubt will happen very soon. Now, going back to the news, if we are to believe that the US government is yet to sell that Silk Road Bitcoin, 69,000 Bitcoin, mind you, it is a huge number. Let's not forget that this is not going to hit the markets. This is not going to be sold on exchanges. This is going to be OTC. And most likely, this is going to be accumulated or purchased directly by the ETFs. So I don't really see how is this particular news making so many people scared. I don't know why people are so scared about this. And if you look at comments, and there's many posts about this, and I'm not sure. Last night I was scrolling through many comments about this thing, and some people are actually quite convinced that this Bitcoin has already been sold. So unfortunately, I couldn't find which of the many threads and posts this comment was at to be able to quote it here for you. But it is a very feasible scenario. It's something that I can totally see that it's already happened, because we actually saw that I think very shortly after Trump first spoke about building a Bitcoin reserve, the US government voted, of course, the Democrats voted for this to be sold, and they started selling right away. Make no mistake, the US government is obliged to get the best price. So they're not going to dump this 69,000 Bitcoin on the market in one go. And they're not gonna, and as I said, they're not even gonna dump it on the market, because it's not in their interest to crash the price. And of course, they're going to sell it in bulk. So they're going to make these offers over the counter, not on exchanges. So what I'm saying is, of course, 69,000 Bitcoin is going to move the market, but it's not going to move it to the extent that people are expecting and people are so afraid about. So this is one of the things that I wanted to point out. Now, looking at the charts, purely from technical perspective, technical analysis perspective, what do we see here? Well, we see a very standard, very typical ABC correction here, right? We have the A wave, we have the B wave, and now we are going for the C wave, which typically should take us a little bit lower than the B wave. And these are actually support levels that I've drawn long time ago, back when we were here in December, and based on Fibonacci levels. So now, for the second time actually, we are coming here to this first support level and even touching the second support level. For the second time, we are coming into these price levels. So practically Bitcoin right now is at the same levels as it was at the end of December. So why is everyone so scared? Why is everyone already talking? Not everyone, but many people already talking about the bull market being over. Maybe this is it. People start being quite open about selling everything and all of those things. I don't get it, guys. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. This is a perfect time to accumulate at low prices, because we are yet to have the presidency of Donald Trump. He's been very pro-Bitcoin this time around. We're yet to see whether he will keep being pro-Bitcoin, but at least in the beginning, at least as he gets inaugurated, he is pro-Bitcoin. So the inauguration itself is going to be a catalyst for the price. So selling right now, selling at this point where we are at support levels, it's not a good idea. If anything, you can stay on the sidelines and wait and see what's going to happen, monitor the price action, but definitely no point selling here at support levels. If anything, wait for a bounce. And of course, a bounce will happen, because that's how it goes. After an impulsive wave on the downside, we do have a bounce. It might be a relief rally, it might be a short bounce, it might not be the continuation of the rally that you expect, even though I do expect that we will see a continuation of the rally. But even if it's not, at least use that bounce, use that initial bounce if you're going to be selling. As we get higher into the 94, 95,000, maybe closer to the 100,000, you can offload if you're really so scared and if you really want to get out. But don't get out at 93K, because this is really a support level. Yes, we do have a lower support. It is at 91,000, around 90,000. It's a psychological level as well. We do have that support, and even we do have the chance of going lower. We could go to that lower support here, which we printed back in November, and this is sitting at 89, 88,000. So many people were expecting this as well. I'm not really expecting it. I think it's possible. I think it's one of the scenarios, not the most likely scenario in my view, but it is a possibility. We could even go lower. Look, we have another support down here at 87K. People were calling for that as well. People were calling for 83,000. People were even calling for 75,000. No, guys, we are in a bull market. We are still in a bull market. 20% corrections are normal in a bull market for Bitcoin, especially. In the past, we've had those. But anything more than 20%, to me, is not very likely this time around. And 20% is taking us to around 87K. Wait, it's taking us not to 87, it's taking us to 86,000, right? So this is literally the lowest I can expect Bitcoin to drop. And even if it does that, is there any point selling now when we are already at 93, 92,000 just to catch it at 86? I mean, depends. It might be for you. For me, this is not a good risk-reward ratio, because it is it's a small chance that we're going to drop down there. There is a chance, but it's a very small chance. So you will be taking a risk, and you don't have the guarantees that this will actually play out. So you might be better off just waiting, sitting on the sidelines, wait it out and see how it's going to play out. But if you're a short-term swing trader or something like that, you might want to play this. So do as you like. I personally am sitting on a small stash of stable coins that I still have from selling, during this pump here. I was selling a little bit though. I mean, it's about maybe 30, 40K, not much. So I have already placed my orders. Of course, this is my ideal buy zone, and I will be keeping a little bit of money in case we drop to the lower support regions here in the 89,000. But typically going to 91K and around 90K, this is when I will be accumulating more aggressively. And this goes for altcoins as well. One of the altcoins that I'm accumulating recently, and I just saw this happening today, it's in many of the news outlets and everything, Mantra. The token is OM. They have just signed a $1 billion deal to tokenize real-world assets. In the RWA narrative, this is quite a big project. So one of the altcoins that I'm accumulating is this one. Also, let me have a look here at my list of this. This is my watch list. Let me quickly go through this and tell you what else I'm buying more aggressively right now. I'm buying AI16Z because this is going through a massive correction for the first time in a long time. I mean, this pumped by 2000% in the last 3 months. It's still 151% up on the monthly. So on the weekly now, 30% down. This is giving me a good chance to accumulate. I accumulated some of the fart coin that I sold. This is one of the meme coins that I've been trading recently. What else am I accumulating here? Not much. Tau, Bitensor. I'm still very bullish on Bitensor. Every time I see it below $500, I get greedy and I start accumulating. And I recently sold at 570 because technical analysis just showed me that we are expecting a drop. I didn't expect the drop in Bitcoin and the whole market to be crashing like this, but I expected a drop in Tau. That's why I sold off. And now I'm reaccumulating. Typically, this goes when it pumps to about 600 easily. So it's a nice range. Buying it around 400, 450, selling it around 600 or above 600. It's a very good trade for me. It's been working now for a few months like that. So I really like trading this. Here's I'm accumulating, as I said. What else am I accumulating? Cetus, I'm accumulating another token in my portfolio that's been doing really well. So now that we are close to 30 cents, this is a very good price for me. I like to buy it around 30 cents, even below 30 cents if I can. So I'm accumulating more aggressively right now. What else? Hype is another one. It's not correcting enough for me, for my liking. I want to buy it at around $18 or $17. It is 20 now, but 20 is also good because this was pumping. It was around 30 very recently. I'm expecting that it will continue to pump. It is the token of a decentralized exchange, and it's a really popular token. If you don't know about Hype, just research it. Hyperliquid is the exchange. It's one of the latest DEXs that launched, and it's been all the rage right now. Superverse, another token that I'm accumulating, not aggressively though. I'm buying every now and then when I see a decent drop in it. I'm buying some of it, and that's about it. Lo-Fi is another token that I recently started accumulating, and around 10-11 cents, it's a good price. This easily pumps to 20, so in the next pump it can easily go 2x from here. That's why I'm accumulating this, and it is one of those tokens that it's a very small market cap, small liquidity. I mean, actually not such a small market cap anymore, 119 and 18 million. And another one here on my list that I'm more aggressively accumulating right now is SAI. This is the Sharp AI token. I recently started accumulating it. You can see it's 21% up on the weekly. Even despite this drop in the market, 6% down today, it's still up on the weekly. And I wanted to drop even more so that I can accumulate more, because I recently started accumulating, so I really haven't had a chance to buy it on the low. So these sales right now for me are the perfect time to accumulate. It's also a perfect time to revisit your portfolio, to restructure your portfolio, maybe get rid of some tokens, have a look at what's not performing well, what's not been performing well. Two tokens that I'm removing from my portfolio and from my watch list even are Aurora, which for quite some time now I've been disappointed with. I mean, 44% in the last 3 months, okay, but I'm not really happy with how it's performed overall on the yearly. You can see here it's 17% down from last year. So over the last year, It did have its ups and downs. I did trade it. I did make some money with it. But overall, today it is still 17% below its price 1 year ago, and I'm not really impressed with that. Gamercoin is another one that I waited for a long time to do anything, and it didn't. I mean, in the yearly, it's almost 200% up, which is good. So I did purchase it over a year ago, so I am up on this. But over the last 6 months, over the last 3 months, the performance is not that great. Maybe it will do something in the future, so it's gonna stay in my watch list, but I've removed it from my portfolio. For the time being, I'm out of this trade. But enough about my portfolio. Back to the charts here. This is Bitcoin, the 3-day chart, and let's look at the weekly as well. What we are seeing on the weekly, we have the stochastic RSI already starting to curve. These two moving averages, already we see a minor curve here. We still have a lot of room on the downside, so it's possible that for a little longer we consolidate around these prices and we stay low here. But very soon we are already out of the overbought region. We were in the overbought region. We are already out of this overbought region. So from here on, I'm expecting consolidation and a recovery. I'm not really expecting a major crash on the downside. I'm saying again, we can go to these lower support zones. This is going to be my perfect buy opportunity. This is where I'm gonna get greedy, really, if we go there. But I'm not expecting any more major crashes in Bitcoin. I think that this move is already getting exhausted. We could have another week of a red candle here. This is the weekly, so we could see another red candle here dropping down to my perfect buy zone. And after that, we are going to have the recovery. So if anything, you can just wait this out, or you can start accumulating if you haven't done that yet. This is everything I wanted to say. And also, don't forget to keep your coins in cold storage, because many people are still keeping coins on exchanges. I don't get it, guys. I don't understand, especially now that we are having here quite some time of consolidation and prices are not really going anywhere. So if you're not selling anything, then take it out of the exchange. It should not be staying in the exchanges. It needs to stay in your cold wallet. I've told you many times, I'm using OneKey, I'm using Tangem, I'm using Elipo. Right now, I'm really liking OneKey because they just produced this new wallet, which is air-gapped as well. I mean, you have the choice between Bluetooth or air-gapped. I personally like air-gapped devices. This is also why I like Elipo, but it is a very heavy wallet, so I don't take it with me when I travel. OneKey is perfect for traveling because it is lightweight, it's compact, it's got a large screen, it's got the latest security chip. It's CCEAL 6+. Many of the other brands are using 5+. So there's quite a few things. I did a proper review on the new OneKey Pro device, so make sure to check it out. It's got everything that you want from a hardware wallet, and I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep your coins in cold storage, guys. Not on a custodial wallet. Do not do that mistake. Many people are doing these mistakes, and then they complain that companies are freezing their crypto, asking them to prove when they bought it, where they bought it from, did they pay tax, all of these things. Don't use any wallet that is using KYC. Just use self-custodial wallet, cold storage. This is everything from me for this video. Thanks for staying until the end. While you're here, just pick another one of my videos, and I'm gonna see you there.